was really disappointed in my roommate. Breaking girl code. I'm like, of all the people that you could have messed with, you had to mess with her dude. And I'm telling y'all here, I am Joan. I do not want to fight. I do not want to fight. I do not want to fight, y'all. I do not want to fight. What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm hoping you enjoyed today's video. I know y'all are here for a story time. That's exactly what I'm going to give you. But before we get to that, y'all go ahead, drop down below in the comment section, leave a hey girl, hey, what's up big sis? All comments are welcome and greatly appreciated. Just keep them respectful. As you all have seen the title, you have an idea of what this story is going to be about. So family, let's get to that story. What's up y'all? I know I've been a little behind with my videos. Like I told y'all once before, your girl just be working, making her money. I've been having a lot of other things going on, so I've been handling those. But I guarantee you, I'm going to always come back to y'all. I will never leave y'all hanging too long. It may take a whole week and a half, but I'm definitely going to always show up for my channel because I do care about my channel. But anyway, y'all, enough of that. It's no excuses. It's just that I just want to let y'all know I do care, but I'm here now. So we're going to get to the story. So tonight's story is about another situation I had with my roommate chlamydia. I've been recently talking about my college days and my roommate I had the longest and the one I had the closest bond with. And then, you know, eventually we had our times where we just fell out. But anyway, this is one of those times where I really wanted to beat her ass myself because I'm the type of person where I do not like to hang out with people and they like to keep a mess. Like, if we go out hanging out partying, I used to dislike those girls that I would link up with. Just, it can be random. It's shit. I can link up with a chick that I met through one of my homegirls and we go hang out and party. Because back then, it was a point in time where I was friendly and I was hanging out, chilling with folks. Shit, I better just met you. Like, you want to go out next week? Girl, yes. But anyway, so yeah, it would be chicks that I would be hanging out with. They would be bucking their nose up, getting all flustered because somebody looked at them wrong. And then they want to start fights. I'm not that type of girl. I'm that type of chick to be like, baby, I'm too cute to fight. And when I used to tell people stuff like that, they used to get so mad. But I'll be so serious, y'all. So yes, this is one of them times. It's kind of like, this story is kind of one of them times. I'm going to say, really, sometimes it's best to just get yourself out of a situation, eliminate yourself from whatever's going on, and just move the hell around. That's what I like to do. I'm not going to dwell in a situation too long because, baby, if you got to choose between me and some other people or another chick, baby, choose them. Don't choose me because why am I competing with these folks? And especially if I got to fight my way. Baby, anyway, let's get to the story. So my roommate chlamydia was messing with this girl's boyfriend. Y'all, she was cool as hell with this girl. Like, I thought they was really good friends. I mean, when I said we used to hang out with this girl, her roommate, some of their mutual friends, you know, like my roommate and her had mutual friends. And, you know, like I mentioned once before in one of the stories, a lot of us was from Memphis. And so, you know, a lot of people just really knew each other. Just, y'all know how they go. You know this person because you know this person, you know this person. We all girly girls. We all in college. We all trying to link up and be on the same wave. And we just hang out. We just bond. You know, we didn't been all up in this girl's space. We'd have been around her folks. She was real tight with this girl. Let's put it like that. We gonna call this girl. We gonna call her Sharon. Yeah, we gonna call her Sharon. So, y'all, Sharon was like sweet as pie. And I ain't too quick to say that about too many females. I'm not gonna lie to you because I feel like a lot of females, they at some point in time show that they truly had a motive. Like they put on a facade and try to be super girl, super sensitive, friendly. Yeah. Just sometimes people are not who they pretend to be. But she was definitely that, y'all. I mean, she was the nicest person. This one girl used to always have it, I don't know, they just didn't get along. But she used to try to find ways to like this girl. Or I don't know what. My thing is, I ain't kissing nobody ass. And I feel like Sharon, she was sweet, but she was a people pleaser. No, ma'am. Baby, please look at those flags in your face. Stop. No, I'm not doing it. But anyway, so yeah, my roommate Chlamydia was real tight with this girl, but she also was messing with the girl's baby daddy at the time. Well, that was her. Sharon and the dude was there together. So, but my roommate was sleeping with him. And I found this out one night when we all was hanging out. So, like I said, we all hung out. Like we hung out deep as hell, y'all, because so and so was friends with this person that was friends. We all in college. Ain't nobody thinking, and you never really think that the people in your clique are gonna just really split up. Like, that don't really cross your mind, even though you know a big group of women is never a good thing. I don't care how nice everybody is to one another. At some point in time, we all gonna separate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be this clique over here and it's gonna be that clique over there. It's gonna always be like that at some point in time. Or even if it ain't out there blatantly in our face, it's always a secret bond with a certain group and they're not super tight with the other group. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. It's always like that. There's always a division there. So, but yes, like I said, we all was hanging out a lot. We went out this one particular night. It was some event the city had for our school or whatever. Yeah, it was something. I don't know if it was a sorority fraternity event or just some little party that the city had for like college students or something. It's always something like that was going on. So we was going out hanging out there. And like I said, it's always a division. Somebody ended up finding out or caught my roommate and Sharon's boyfriend together. Like, she was over to the house and this girl was apparently talking to one of the roommates because they stay in one of those college apartments that they have, and it's like usually a fourplex. Like, you got 4 roommates in one apartment. Y'all know how they go. If you ever been to college, and then you got the kitchen and living room that they share this communal in the bathroom and stuff like that. So yes, she would be over there, and this girl would go over there a lot. And I used to always say, we got our own space. Like, you know, I didn't really know she was talking to him. I found out this night. But my thing is this: we had our own apartment. He could have just came over there. Hell, if it was that bad, you could have went and got him if he didn't want his car to be over there. Because, well, Sharon didn't stay in our apartments, but some of her homegirls did stay like in another section where we were staying at. So I don't know the situation with that, but she would just be going over there. I don't know if she used to get out of work and go hang out over. I don't know, but she definitely was messing with this man or whatever. Because it do be times where it don't really matter. So yeah, like I said, we all hanging out, we chilling or whatever. But you can tell that there was tension this particular night. Like, I've never seen Sharon with an attitude. Like, I've never seen her real bothered. Every time I saw her, she was super smiley, super friendly, just always in good spirits. But this particular night, the vibe was so off of her. And I was like, damn, what's wrong with her? Like, what she got going on? I was like, maybe it's period cramps or something. I don't really know, but no. Like, the vibe was so off. I mean, she spoke or whatever, but she was just like, and I'm like, damn, what I do? And I guess I'm guilty by association. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my roommate. She probably think I'm messing with him too. But at the time, I didn't know that that's what she was in her feelings about. But that's what I gathered, you know, after the fact. Because, damn, why you dogging me? So, we all still hanging out. She ain't saying nothing, whatever. We all partying like we do, drinking or whatever like that. She wasn't drinking nothing that night. She just had this, I can't even describe the look she had on her face. It was just this blank look until she just like glanced over at us and we all locked eyes and she'll be giving like this stank face or whatever to my roommate. And I'm like, damn, what she do? I said, y'all into it or something? I asked my roommate Chlamydia. She was like, no, I don't know. Maybe she just not feeling too well. I said, girl, no. I've literally seen her flare her nostrils up at you looking your way. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to start up no mess. I'm just in my room and like, damn, what's really going on? She's like, girl, I don't know. I ain't worried about that. The whole time, you know, you messing with this girl, man. And I'm thinking to myself, like, after the fact that it was discovered, I'm like, you know, and the whole time my roommate, she just so nonchalant about it, knowing she messing with this girl, man. But, you know, it hadn't came out yet or whatever. So a night going on or whatever, we all stepping out or whatever. We stepping out the little venue, and we was gonna go to this after hour spot. Yeah, Nashville had this after hour spot that had probably about 6-7 damn different types of music playing. They had 6-7 different rooms that played different music at this one little club. I cannot think of the name of it. If I find it out, I'm sure it's long gone. I don't know. That was so long ago. But I do remember going to this place, and they had all these different vibes in this one building, and it'd be a super late night spot. So we would go there and, finish our turn up, whatever. All of us in our little vehicles, everybody meeting up, linking up over there. And so we all get over there. I see Sharon having this little back and forth with the dude, the boyfriend at the time. And so I'm like, damn, what they got going on? I said, that's why she is mad. I said, her dude must have had some, bad vibes. I said, her dude must be into it or something like this. That's why she in her mad and stuff. I said, but why she looking at you all crazy? I said, but damn, what we do? Because like I said, she was looking at me and my roommate and the other chicks all crazy. So like I said, they back and forth, whatever. He walks off from her, and she like, don't walk off from me, don't walk off from me, making a big ass scene. And so her roommate and her little crew, whatever, they're like, girl, F him, leave him alone, let him go. Don't embarrass yourself, let him go. Y'all talk about that another time. They trying to calm her down, keep her from making a fool out of herself. She already did that though. But you know how it is though. You don't want to be in a space where you look stupid, you feel played, especially with somebody that you're friends with. So after he walks off, she comes storming over there to us. Yes, storming over to us. Oh, so I knew. She said, I knew that he was on some sneak shit sometimes. She said, I know when my man pattern was changing, but never did I think that it would be you. I look at my roommate. I was like, damn. I said, so that's the nigga she was sneaking out too. I said, so that's who she be sneaking out too. Because at the time, she wasn't really dating nobody. She might have been messing. I think she was messing with the dude that stayed next door to us, but they were just sleeping around or whatever. And so that's who you be over house. You be over with. It don't really matter. I just knew my roommate would be somewhere close to the campus. I'm like, who she talking to over there? She would never tell me. Probably because she knew that I was going to judge her on this. And I did. And I looked at her. I was like, Amelia, really? Really, girl? I said, and I'm shaking her for real because I'm so serious about this. I don't like that. It's so tacky to me. You breaking girl code. She act like she really loved Sharon. She used to boast and brag about Sharon. And they was hanging out tough. They was confiding each other with certain things. And I'm like, really, Camelia? I was really disappointed in my roommate. I'm like, of all the people that you could have messed with, you had to mess with her dude. And I really liked Sharon. Because like I said, out of all them girls, she was the most genuine one to me. I'm all about genuine friendships, genuine connections. I love a good chill vibe. Them other girls was always rowdy and loud and always coming around us like, bitch, let me tell you. My roommate had homegirls like that. Every time they came to our spot, bitch, let me tell you. I couldn't stand it. It's so, I don't know. It just does something to me when that girl used to come over there and say that to me. I might give a story about them chicks. I think I have gave a story about them. These chicks I'm talking about, they ghetto fabulous ass girls. They tried to hook up with my ex-boyfriend. Not Mangler shit. Savage. I gave a story time about that. I may link that story time below. But yes, I did not like them chicks for a very long time. And this situation happened after that situation. And this happened on the line. So the girls were still around me because these are my roommate friends. And I'm hanging out with my roommate. And we got, I just had to be cool, be cordial, and just let it be what it is, And you hang around people way too long that you shouldn't when you're young. You be young and stupid and trying to have friends. And I tried to be cool with them girls, but I really didn't like their ass after that. I was just hanging with them shit. But anyway, so yeah, back to the situation. So now we in the middle of the dance floor, y'all. And they going back and forth. My mom like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What are you talking about? Girl, don't lie. I'm looking at her like I couldn't say nothing, and I definitely was not finna let these chicks jump on my roommate. It was not finna be that. But y'all, don't y'all remember that scene from Girlfriends when they got into it with some chicks? John and her friends got into it with some chicks outside the club. They was trying to get in. The girl thought that whoever was letting Maya and them, whoever got them in, was for to get them in, he pointed just to some chicks in the crowd or whatever. Well, he was really pointing to John and all them. But the other girls behind them thought that he was pointing to let them in. So they got into it, and none of their ass got in the club. And y'all remember when John, that scene where they showed John like, oh my God, we got to fight. I can't remember exactly what she said verbatim. But y'all, she did not jump in that fight with Maya and Lynn and all them. They all jumped in that fight. I think it was Maya. No, it was Tony that had got into it with the bald head chick. And Maya and Lynn jumped in the fight with Tony. But Joan did not, y'all. I was Joan in that situation, baby. I did not want to fight these girls because I'm not a fighter. Not saying that I can't fight, baby. Don't get it twisted. I've had my fair share. But I don't want to fight. I'm in college. Like, my image was everything to me in college. Like, for real. Like, I did not want to be known to be one of them type chicks, even though I hung around a certain type of girls, but it was a mixed group of us. Like, it was some bougie chicks in there. It was some high maintenance chicks in there. Some real hood, ghetto, ratchet. We all was a rainbow coalition of type of vibes. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to be recorded or known for being a chick fighting, even though social media wasn't really a big thing. We weren't really post stuff like that on there because, you know, we didn't really have it like that. We had MySpace and some shit. Facebook, I don't know. Facebook came around. When did Facebook come around? I think Facebook came out like 2005 or something, 2004 or something like that. So, yeah. I'm telling my age, y'all. But anyway, so yeah. It came out like 2004, whatever. But we wasn't putting stuff online, no fights and stuff like that online or whatever. But people had camera phones and they sure was recording on their phones. Anyway, to go, I did not want to be known for one of the chicks that was fighting at the club or what dude. Because, baby, I'm damn sure not fighting nobody over no man, baby. I will leave you and that man be. Baby, please don't choose me. Please choose her. If I gotta be embarrassed and be known as one of his, you know, I can't even find the words I'm trying to say. It's one of his girlfriends or whatever you want to call somebody at that time. You know, if I got to be known to be one of them, baby, please don't choose me. I'm not trying to be a part of that. I do not want to be known for no stuff like that. So yes, I was so disappointed in my roommate because, girl, you breaking up the girl code. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, we didn't really have arguments in this big clique of girls. Like, I'm not lying. It was probably almost 25 of us hanging out like that. I am not lying. It would be a big group of us hanging out because we all know each other some kind of way through another person. And we all would like hang out like this in big groups when we go out. It don't matter what type of event it was, we would all link up and be chilling. And nobody really got into it. But you know, there's always a secret vendetta or something somewhere, but it was never put out there in our faces like that. Nobody really knew until this happened and the whole dynamic changed. So they back and forth, whatever. Next thing you know, Sharon's cousin was one of the girls on the clique too. One of her closest cousins, probably one of her first cousins, haul off and snatches what's my roommate name, y'all? Chlamydia's hair. She had some braids at the time, like some little, was it micros or some kind of braided ponytail? Anyway, she snatched her hair. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm telling y'all here, I am Joan. I do not want to fight. I do not want to fight, y'all. I do not want to fight. But I was trying to like break them up. I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of like, what the? And so when I'm trying to break them, I'm like, let her damn hair go, bitch. Let her go, bitch. I am talking shit though. I'm like, let her fucking hair go. Like, if they gonna jack, baby, let them be one-on-one. Ain't nobody doing no damn jumping up here. I said, if they gonna fight it out, it's gonna be a one-on-one thing. Like, that is such a big thing to us. Like, if it's gonna be one-on-one, let it be one-on-one. Get your ones. But ain't nobody jumping no goddamn body. It ain't never finna be that. But of course, it always turns to that. So, of course, security like, y'all gotta get the hell up out of here. Y'all gotta get the hell up. We get put out the damn club. I'm mad as hell because I'm like, damn, I really want to be here. And then somebody I was crushing on was up in there. So I'm like, dang, I'm seeing with these hood rat ass girls. And then he definitely was looking over there like, I'm like, shit, I'm known to be with the hood chicks. And I told y'all during the time I was into real nerdy, super smart type guys. Like, those are the guys I want to be seeing. But I ain't gonna even say nerds. But these guys were setting themselves up for much success after college. So they was among a certain type of people. And not saying that I want to be in a sorority or being around, being a sorority, nothing like that. But those type of people were on a certain type of caliber, so they acted a certain way, and I didn't want to be seen a certain way. You know, even though I was not trying to be in a sorority, like I said, I was trying to be amongst a certain group of people outside of my friends too at the same time, because, you know, these girls was scholars for it. Like, we all were, but they held themselves to a certain standard. Like, they presented themselves a certain way. And I was cool with those girls outside of my friend circle. So I didn't want to be seen as a hood rat type chick, because that's how some of my girls were acting. You know what I'm saying? They act like that a lot, and they were known to be acting like that. So I'm like, damn, you know, these folks ain't want to hang with me. If I'm out here fighting in the street, in the club, out getting kicked out the club with these girls, like, I really cared about my image for real. Necessarily, never really gave a damn about somebody feel about me, but at that point in time, I did care how people perceived me. Because, you know, you want a certain type of success when you leave college. And who you associate yourself with during those times does matter outside of college. And it can really put you in places that you never imagined you would be a part of. So it did matter to me. So, like, I do not want to fight in this situation. But they definitely went outside the club or whatever. And I definitely was trying to keep them from fighting for real. I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to talk them out of this shit. But them folks definitely got to fight. No, I did not have to fight. Call me whatever y'all want to call me. I do not give a damn. Baby, I was not for them. Embarrassed the hell out of myself. Then my little crush was in there too. No, ma'am, baby. You want for them to be talking about me the next day when we go to class, or the next couple of days, whatever day that was. You was not going to be talking about me saying, oh, Tanya was a part of that. No, baby. Hell no. Them folks definitely got into it or whatever. So, yes, y'all, my room. And so, I heard somebody like, oh, get that roommate bitch too, because she was trying to stop her. I said, no, baby, I was trying to break up the fight. Don't come for me. So, somebody definitely did push me. So, I swung back, y'all. But like I said, I didn't really get to fight with nobody, but I definitely swung the chick back and pushed up on the cobweb. Our homeboys pop up out of nowhere. So, he came and one of our homeboys came and grabbed me like, what's up? Like, what the hell going on? What the hell going on? He's like, somebody just called me, and, you know, because they was coming there too. They was coming. They always was there, places we were too. So, you know, but they just came in the nick of time, and he grabbed me like, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? You know, trying to ask questions about what happened. And, you know, of course, I'm telling him like, oh, you know, Sharon found out that Chlamydia was messing with a dude, whatever. He was like, oh, we all knew that. I said, y'all, I don't knew that. How everybody knew but me? Because they would be over there, and they would see her ass over there. And of course, you know, men, they click up, they be cool. They ain't like us women. They can bond and get into it about stuff and be over the crap. But of course, you know, he ain't finna be blocking nobody. You know, he ain't finna be cock blocking nobody. But definitely when he said, yeah, I've been through that shit. He said, I'm surprised it lasted this long. So this had been going on for a minute. Probably half of the time that they was there. Because like I told you, I came in like my second semester, but they had already been there, whatever. So, matter of fact, I think half of the people in the group they were sophomores. Was this not sophomore? No, they were juniors. And I would think I was a sophomore at the time. And some of them were juniors. Yeah, I think Sharon and them were juniors, because they was there a year earlier. Some of them, not everyone. It was like I said, it was a mix of us. Some of us was sophomores, juniors, freshmen, senior. We was a mix. But yeah, y'all, that definitely happened. This is the time that my roommate got us jumped on, y'all. Damn, they got us jumped on. Like, she broke girl code. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this, but I just had to talk about this because I had seen an episode of Girlfriends, and I seen that fight episode of Girlfriends with Joan and them, and I thought about that time that I felt like Joan, like, girl, baby, I got an image to uphold. I am not trying to be one of those, baby doll. But I definitely got to, like I said, I swung on that chick to get her ass up off me because she pushed me. Fuck wrong with you, girl? I ain't fighting nobody. Why you putting your hands on me? I feel like if somebody do some sneak stuff like that to you, they already was feeling that way. So she must have been already feeling that way. If I said, where that roommate at? Bitch, you don't even really know me for real. You just see me when we hang out. And this particular girl, definitely, like, she just really saw me when we hung out. Like, well, she saw me around the camp, but we didn't really talk like that. It was a lot of us, and I was friendly with everybody, but we weren't like me and Sharon and her roommate, and them was like, she was a friend of a friend. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't have a big group of girls on, and it used to be like 20 some of us. Shit crazy. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna stop this right here. Y'all drop down below in the comments. Let's talk about the time y'all might have been in a similar situation. Have y'all been somewhere with a group of friends and did not want to be involved in the cattiness? Or fight over a dude? Have y'all ever fought over a guy? Drop down below in the comments. Let's chat, y'all. But just keep it respectful. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching. I hope y'all stayed for the duration. And I hope y'all continue to come back and stay subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for hyping my videos each time that I post. I hope that you continue to do that. Whether you hype it 1 time, 2 or 3, it's so appreciated. And I love y'all for that. And again, thank you for tuning in. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye. To catch up on any prior story times that were mentioned in today's video, make sure you click the links in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel.